welcome each and every one of you to our corporate overview. Once again, before I get started, let's go over our disclaimer. Statements made in this presentation are strictly hypothetical. EazyBot makes no claims, projections, or guarantees of any income or earnings potential. As with any trading activity, there are varying factors which may or may not be within the control of the individual trader or software, including but not limited to market conditions, hacking activities, or geographical concerns. Individual results may and likely will vary. Prior to investing money in crypto or any other markets, individuals should consult a licensed financial planner. Individuals should invest wisely and not risk more than they can afford to lose. Funds invested in cryptocurrencies are not protected or insured by the FDIC or other agencies. With that being said, the goal for today is to learn how to increase your Bitcoin and crypto and Bitcoin holdings, even with minimal experience, by partnering with a company that has a proven track record of success and soon to be an award-winning company. Yes, I said soon to be. So you want to know what is EazyBot? It's the people, the product, the plan. In this space, it's very important, it's critical that you understand and know who you are dealing with. In the crypto space, unfortunately, there are a lot of unscrupulous characters. And you know the saying, one bad apple spoils the bunch. Not here. Here, we want to be upfront, open, transparent, 100%. So starting from the absolute top, let me introduce you to our Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Muhammad Omar Ali. See, Dr. Ali was a user within another bot program, and it worked very well during the up market. However, when the market dropped, it left many people stuck in trades and their portfolios dropped massively. Now, facing this issue himself, he said, there's got to be a way I can write a mathematical algorithm that will give instructions to the bot to continue to trade even down to a 50% drop in the market. And being the electrical engineer math wizard that he is, he did just that. So he tested the algorithm for himself and he realized this can work. This can help the individuals within this company get themselves unstuck. He reached out to the company. To our surprise and my gratitude, they never responded. Now, understand this. Dr. Ali was under no obligation, none, to share this with other people. This was his intellectual property. But he couldn't do that. The selfless leader within him says, no, these people need help. I can't just walk away and let them fend for themselves. So he got a group of people together, showed them how to utilize this algorithm, and from that, showed those people, and they all became unstuck. This was the birth of EazyBot. See, it was born from a need, not from greed. Dr. Ali has a personal statement that says technology exists to solve a problem or to make life easier. Well, EazyBot was created for both. And his personal goal now is to have at least 1 million people making at least 1,000 or more on the monthly basis. Well, we know we can't do that by himself. So these are the individuals that are supporting him in that mission. We have our co-founder, Coach Ken, Chief Support Officer, Mr. Peter Anthony, Global Sales Director, Winston and Martin Thomas, and Business Intelligence Officer, Mr. Charles Anderson. And collectively, we all hold these core values to heart. Number one is service, integrity, trust, respect, leadership, commitment, patience, quality, gratitude, and consistency. See, we believe that when helping people is your purpose, there's always profit in your progress. So now understanding who you're dealing with, let's talk about the product. What is EazyBot? It's plain and simple. EazyBot is software. Not to be confused with artificial intelligence, it's algorithmic intelligence that automates crypto trading, safe, secure, and consistent. You see, algorithmic intelligence is going to move based on numbers. Once it hits certain parameters, it executes. So you get the benefits of a professional trader without all of the headaches involved with being a professional trader. And understand that all bots are not created equal. There are so many other bots out there, but you have to set the parameters. You have to do all these other things in order for it to work. And God help you if you need support. You see, with EazyBot, it's a simple process. First thing is to start with their default strategy. See, I'll be the first to say I'm not an expert in trading. So whether you are a beginner or an advanced user, there's no need to spend countless hours tinkering with parameters and settings. You see, with EazyBot's proven strategy and user-friendly interface, you can be up and running, closing profitable trades in no time. However, if you are a trader, you have the ability to design your own formula. You see, with EazyBot's numerous customizable settings, you're in total control of your trading strategy. So if you're a day trader, scalper, it doesn't matter. EazyBot puts you in the driver's seat, where you have the ability to modify existing strategies or completely create your own from scratch. Now, the other beautiful part of that is you can have one bot running on the default strategy, and the other bot can run on your own customized strategy, and you see which one is the best. You just simply fill out this form here. You put the name of the coin that you're going to trade. Now, I do that plus the date in which I start the bot. The next thing after that is the exchange. You select the exchange you're a part of. You select your coin, and you set your budget. Once you do that, you are off to the races. And understand one thing. These bots are built for profitable trades only. They are designed not to close in a negative position, which simply means that this bot is going to stay open until it is able to close in profit. With the 99% historical record of positive trades, I've seen this thing work time and time again. Personally, I had a bot started November 5th, 2022. It was Solana, just before the crash of FTX. When FTX hit on November 9th, the value of Solana went from $38.51 all the way down to about $7 or $8. Just like that. But my bot kept working. And from there, I noticed that every time the value of the coin dropped, it bought a little bit more. Dropped, it bought a little bit more at the lower price. It's called dollar cost averaging. Almost a year later, April, it finally closed in profit. I was amazed because I was still learning, but to see how this thing did what it said it was going to do was amazing. The other component that really thrilled my soul is that 100% of your trading funds remain in your exchange. We're not traders. We're what? Software. So you do not send your funds to EazyBot. We're not traders. We're software. I want that to be very, very clear. You see, when you hand your funds over to someone else to trade for you, you significantly increase the risk of never seeing it again. So because of that, EazyBot doesn't require that you relinquish your trading funds to us because we're not doing that. We remotely connect with your exchange via secure API connection. That connection will allow two things. The first signal is a buy signal. The second signal is a sell. Buy, sell, buy, sell. That is it. That's all our software does. Based on a mathematical algorithm, it knows when to do that. Therefore, all of your funds are safe, secure in your own exchange. Now, another component is automatic compounding features. So you can accelerate your earnings on repeat. So with EazyBot's automatic compounding features selected, you'll be able to grow your crypto earnings on repeat. The bot will automatically add the earnings to the calculations of available funds for future trades. It starts a trade right now and say it's able to close it in 2 hours. And in that 2 hours, you make some profit. What does the bot do? It takes that profit, it now adds it to the next trade. Therefore, each and every trade, slowly but surely, gets a little bit bigger, Someone says inch by inch makes it a cinch. You see, auto compounding, when you understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint, and you let the power of compound interest go to work, over the right amount of time, you'll be extremely amazed at how your money is going to, you just made money, now you take that same money and make, listen, my friend says it the best. Money makes money, and the money that money makes money. That statement is extremely powerful because that's exactly what it does. As the bot makes profit, It takes that profit to start another trade to make more profit. So now the money you've just made is making more money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As you are listening to me, as you're driving, stuck in traffic, you're eating breakfast, you're getting ready to go to bed, whatever it is, 24, and it does not take breaks for holidays and things of that nature. No, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it's a beautiful thing. Now, earlier you heard me say that the bot could sustain up to a 50% drop in the market. Well, please understand this is what? Software. And the software consistently is being looked at to be upgraded, improved, make much better user experience for the user. And Dr. Ali figured out a way to now have the bot trade even down to a 90+% drop in the market. Let that sink in for a moment. The market has dropped 90% and the bot is still able to work. That's amazing. So when everybody in other sectors, if the market was to drop 90%, people are losing their whole mind. Whereas EazyBot is running to that volatility. That's what it needs to really, really shine. I've seen accounts drop 94% and it still worked. So listen, talk is cheap. Let's take a look at a live account and let me set this up so you understand what you are looking at and the importance of this. You see, when they started monitoring this account on May 19th of 2022, understanding that during that time frame, the market was really bad. It was what they call a crypto winter. And it was a very long, harsh crypto winter. Everything just kept dropping, dropping. People really thought the sky was falling for crypto. It was just doomsday. Not EazyBot. What you're about to see is the actual results from every Tuesday since May 19th of 2022. See, we can tell you what happened in the past. We cannot and we will not tell you what's going to happen in the future. No one can predict that. So if you look at any other program and they tell you, oh, you're going to get 3% a month, 3% a day, 3% a week, an hour, set, whatever it is, run. It's not possible. And you're going to see why. Every Tuesday, the actual results was placed into this simulator, showing you what happened. There are 19 pairs that's being traded here. In each pair, they assigned 1,000 USDT. But of that 1,000 USDT, only 3.35% was actually put to use. That's $33.50. So remember, not the full 1,000 went to battle. Only $33.50 of it did. Why? Because when the value of the coin drops, it needs more ammunition to help bring that price down. That's the beauty of dollar cost average, and that's the beauty of this algorithm. Pay attention to what's about to happen because this is not make-believe. This is real. And you will see just the power, not only of auto compounding, the power of dollar cost averaging, the power of diversification. Because you can see right now, the one that's in the lead is Matic. You just crossed a year and it's doing very well. But at any moment, it can be dethroned. Other coins could rise to the top and do better, or the coin itself could have some issues. In the case of Matic, it did a split and some other things which caused the value of the coin to drop drastically. But even though it dropped drastically, it still made $935.98. Let me ask you this simple question. If I gave you $1,000 and I say, put it in your bank and do not come back here until 848 days later. And when you open up that bank account and you look, do you think you're going to see $1,935.98 waiting for you? No. You might see $935 waiting for you, period, because there might be fees for the account, whatever. But even with that, This account, even though Matic dropped the way it did, it's going to yield you more than your checking or savings. Even if you look at the one at the bottom, $400.10 TRX, it was a 40% return. It will still perform better than the banks are going to pay. This overall portfolio put out 100.4% gain after 848 days. Now, they started another account on January 1st, but this time they've added more pairs, more diversification. And I want you to see the power of diversification, because on this particular account, yes, they have more coins they're trading, but they're using less capital. Why is that important? The first account was trading 1,000 per coin. This is only trading 500 per coin. But over the course, it took 849 days to clear 100% gain. Now, how is it only just 1 day extra? Because of the power of diversification. It yielded out 101.14% over the course of 849 days, 1 day extra from the previous account. So these were two milestones, and there's a secret ingredient that's missing from this, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But these two milestones were some of the first ones to accomplish. Since then, they've done well over 15, well, close to 17 million closed trades, and now they've done over 1.5 billion in trade volume. You see, that is just amazing. So why I'm so excited about the 1.55 billion in trade volume is because I know that no one in EazyBot lost funds to EazyBot. Why? Because we don't touch your funds. Remember that. Now, earlier you heard me mention about the secret sauce. Well, here it is. Consistent contribution. We're all familiar with it. Those that are here in the United States, those that may have a 401k, we know the power of consistent contribution when it comes to that. Nobody puts one time into a 401k. No one. It's not designed that way. It's designed that every 2 weeks, something's coming out of your payroll to put towards your retirement. And some companies match it in some way, shape, or form. But imagine if you only put one time deposit in your 401k. And then you come back and you look and you realize it's really not growing that much. Why? Because it's not designed that way. Even if you were to put a small amount, when you leverage the power of compound interest and consistent contribution, you will be surprised what that can do. Now, taking on that same mindset and you applying that to your EazyBot journey, you start wherever you can financially start, but don't let that be your maximum. From that point, if you have to put $25 every 2 weeks, every month, day, whatever you're comfortable with, you would see a significant increase over time in your balance. It could be small, but consistent. So consistency is key, and you leverage and use the power of compound interest, which I thoroughly intend to do with my 7-year-old. By the time he's 18, and the compound interest from his bots have just been going and going and going, his financial future will be looking very bright. Now, if you are a Bitcoin believer, like myself and many others on this call today, you want to grow your Bitcoin quantity. Hear me out. Imagine every time a bot works your Bitcoin, meaning it's going to take, say, it pairs it with XRP. And we know XRP right now is up and down. It's very volatile, which is good, but the bot knows how to extract profit from that volatility, selling it back into your Bitcoin, therefore increasing your Bitcoin quantity. You see, the other coins that we have, they're stable coins. That increases your stable coin quantity. This one is going to increase your Bitcoin quantity. So if we all had one Bitcoin, but you're the only one that employed the growth bot. When we come back next year, this very same date and time, we open up your Bitcoin box, you're going to have 1 Bitcoin. Congratulations. You're going to take advantage of the movement in price. However, I put mine to use with the growth bot. So when you open up my box, you're going to see that 1 Bitcoin, but you're going to see his offsprings. I might have 1.3, 1.5, maybe 2 Bitcoins over the course of that. And I will then also benefit from the increase in value. This is what that bot does for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we really want to make sure you understand the power of this growth bot. Now, you've heard me mention multiple times that your funds stay in your account. So let's talk about where these funds go. The first one, your trading funds will remain in your exchange. What are the exchanges that we are compatible with? We are compatible with Binance.com, and Binance.us is coming back, BitGet, Bybit, KuCoin, Kraken, and Coinbase. Through a secure API given by these exchanges, our software will talk to your exchange, giving it instructions of when to buy and when to sell. Buy, sell. That is it. It has no other permissions. It can't withdraw on your behalf. It can't add any withdrawal addresses. It cannot do anything of that nature to get access and or steal your money. So we're very proud of that. Now, there are some funds that are required to go to your EazyBot wallet. The first being is your software subscription. EazyBot is a software, as we know, but you buy the license to use it for the year. That's your software subscription. There's 4 of them, and we'll break down the differences between the subscription. After that, we preload the EazyBot wallet for your software service fees. What are software service fees? I want you to think about it like every time we swipe a credit card, Visa will charge a transaction fee to the merchant. And a lot of times the merchant then turns around and charges that to the buyer. They pay 3%. Well, every time EazyBot closes a trade, you're charged a software service fee. So if you close a trade and it's $100, well, you owe EazyBot 40 cents, plain and simple. And that is one of the ways they generate revenue for the company so that you don't have to worry about longevity. You know it's going to be here for a very long time. Okay. So those are the only funds you do send to your EazyBot wallet. You can preload for the software service fee so that when it does, it can just deduct from that, as well as your annual subscription. Now, once you are on your journey, but every now and then there's a speed bump or a little hiccup, you might want to visit the Zoom support call. Well, we have a world-class support system, and it really goes beyond support. It's support and training. Because what has happened as a community, collectively, people have come together and started asking very interesting and pointed questions in regards to the crypto space, in regards to the operation of the bot. How does this work? How does that work? They even started talking about customization. It is absolutely phenomenal. All these people coming together from all walks of life with one common goal, and that's to learn more about EazyBot while earning more with EazyBot. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. on Mondays, you will be able to come and get any questions you have asked or need to be answered. And if you wanted to add more money to your bots, if you want to subtract something from whatever, you come here and we do it. If we can't do it in the main room, we'll take you into a private breakout room because we don't want to expose your personal information. But while that's going on, people are still in the main room and they then start talking about so many different things in the crypto space, just imparting knowledge on each other, and it's a wonderful thing. EazyBot is really, 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 really focused on reshaping the future of crypto auto trading. With 24/7 stress-free trading, consistent profitable returns, profit during the up and down market, auto compound your earnings, withdraw your profits at any time, and most important, no experience is needed. So what's next? Get with the individual that shared this link with you, and they'll take you through the process. Getting registered with your account on Coinbase or Kraken or wherever your region is. We'll go through that process. Now, if the person that invited you is new as well and they're not sure, it's no problem. Because you're here today, we have a free onboarding gift voucher worth about $100. What you'll do, you'll get in contact, or they'll put you in contact with one of the certified onboarding specialists. And they're going to literally handhold you through the process of getting started. I know how this journey can be, and for me, it would have been an extremely welcome gesture to have someone literally hold my hand, getting my API set up, getting my account set up, because I knew nothing. But we want to make sure that you have an awesome experience. So you'll take advantage of that. Now, earlier you heard me talk about the subscriptions. Before you even get into the subscriptions, we want you to know that if you're still a little leery or skeptical or just don't understand, it's okay. We have a 45-day free trial that you can literally kick the tires from the inside. You can get to know and get to see the buy orders, the sell orders, the buy orders, the sell orders. And that way you get a better understanding of how things work. You can see the funds in your account. You can see the exchanges, the buy and sell orders on your exchange. Want to kick the tire. This is proof of concept. This is not to see how rich you're going to get in 45 days. Proof of concept. Once you understand that concept, then we're going to upgrade you to any one of the subscriptions. The first one being starter. It's $100 for the year. At that point, you can upgrade from 2 bots in the free trial to 5. You have 1 connection group support, and now it unlocks something called referral rewards. And we'll talk about it in a moment. And you'll get 10 loyalty points for this subscription. Your loyalty points can be used to offset the cost of your renewal for the following year. So if you're like me and you want to start saving, you can save 25% on every trade. You see, in the starter and in the 45-day free trial, your software service fees are billed at 0.4%. But with the advance, it's reduced to 0.3. It's $250 for the year. But now the amount of bots you can trade simultaneously has been doubled to 10. You have 2 connections, group support, referral rewards, and now you have 25 loyalty points. Moving on from there, you want to save a little more, save 30%. It's Pro is the way to go. It's $550 for the year, saving 0.28. Once again, the amount of bots you're able to trade is more than doubled. It's 25 bots you can trade, 3 connections, group support, referral rewards, and you get 55 loyalty points. Looking to save even further, VIP, $9.95 for the year. Your software service fee is reduced to 0.5. So now you're saving 38% on everything. But guess what? The number of bots you can trade is doubled to 50. You have 5 connection group support, referral rewards, and 100 loyalty points. Last but not least is the VIP Plus. I call this the family plan because I use it for myself, my son. He's 7. Obviously, he cannot have a Coinbase account. So through my Coinbase, I created a portfolio for him, connected through one of the connections. This one can trade up to 150 bots simultaneously. So with my bots running and his bots running, we haven't maxed out the 150. We have 7 connections. Now, you've heard me say connections multiple times. What is that? It's the ability to have a couple of things. I could have some money on KuCoin. I can have some money on Kraken. I could have myself, my wife, and my son all on one account if need be. That's the power of these connections. You get one-on-one support, referral rewards. Now you're going to maximize your diversification because now you have the ability to get every pair that's offered. You'll also get 150 loyalty points, but in addition to that, every time you do pay a software service fee, you're going to get a rebate of that amount that you paid back in loyalty points up to 10%. And when you add all of that up, when it's time for you to renew the following year, you will be very happy because some of the loyalty points will be there and it can cut the cost down by 50%. All right, we went over the people, we went over the product. Let's go over the plan. You heard me reference a few moments ago referral rewards, but I want you to understand the referral rewards option is 100% optional. You're not required to participate in referral rewards program. But why wouldn't you? You see, you have at some point in your life given a referral to someone for something. That something could be a movie, a restaurant, anything, plumber. When you give that referral, because of your relationship with that individual, they know you, they love you, they trust you, they're going to go and contact that business. They may even get service from that business. That business just generated revenue because of your referral. But unfortunately, that's where the buck stops. With EazyBot, when somebody registers with EazyBot, they start utilizing the system and they start making profits. So does EazyBot because of the revenue generated. But EazyBot's like, wait a minute, how did this individual get here? Oh, it was Colin Wright. He was the one who introduced Carol to EazyBot. Therefore, every time EazyBot makes revenue, Colin gets a little piece of that through the revenue share program. And that's what the referral rewards program is all about. So I want you to tune in on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after the Performance Insight Corporate Update call on Tuesdays, where you get a chance to see face to face and meet the Chief Executive Officer as he goes through all of the updates and performance enhancements and anything that's up his sleeve for that week. That's on 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, followed by the Referral Rewards Program training. You see, we can show you in that training, if you just want to make enough to take that money and put it back in your bots, no problem. But if you want to learn how to utilize that to replace a salary, no problem. And everything in between, because there's real power in that platform. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming out here today. All right. Thank you all and have an absolute wonderful